Hey Barstool. So I never thought I'd ever have to do anything like this, but my name's Garrett Atz, and I'm the owner of All County Perimeter Property Management. Um, I kind of came across what you guys were doing, and I decided to reach out. Kind of what do we do, and kind of what we would in essence do with your help and what we could sustain. So, All County Perimeter Property Management, we are a franchised property management company. We operate out of Atlanta. We do service the greater Atlanta area from kind of, if you're looking at a map of Atlanta, from north side, the Beaufort area, all the way down to South Georgia. And we have kind of properties all the way in between. I started this a couple years ago. Um, I'm going to buy into this, and I'm going to go ahead and, kind of take the loan out of my 401k and really go ahead and dive in head first, if you will. And everything was online to just, kind of take off. And then all this stuff happened. And when that occurred, unfortunately, we ended up with issues with the Georgia state government, with the real estate commission, things of that nature. You got to be a licensed real estate agent to go ahead and, operate in this space. At the same time, you've got to have a brokerage license. So kind of dealing with all that. So you're dealing with the real estate commission when it came down to it, and created a lot of issues because, well, they were closed. So not a whole lot that anybody can do. They were working remotely, but nobody was checking the mail, so everything took astronomically longer. It's supposed to take a matter of days. It took months, and it was just absolutely insane how long it took. Once we finally got that figured out, we were fortunate we could apply for the EDIL funds and things of that nature, and then that created a problem as well because unfortunately we were approved for everything back in July, and here it is January. They have not funded anything. They don't. Everything's been approved. We email about every other day and we get no response. There's no update. We call, your file's complete. Everything's been approved, but we're just waiting for funding. But we've been waiting for funding for 7 months. Um, you know, Overall, the biggest impact that we've had is with the properties themselves. In this space, typically um, your job is to the owner. Not necessarily to the tenant. So you find yourself in this weird ballet, if you will, between the two. And the tenants, sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't pay, and then they go ahead and if they throw COVID out there, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do legally or otherwise. And that creates this awkward situation with us and the owners because the owners are then upset at us, and there's not anything that we can do. Um, and unfortunately, when the owners don't get paid, we don't get paid. So that created another massive issue for us as well because at the end of the day, we couldn't make it work. Um, if it wasn't for the help of my family and kind of some changes that I've made personally to my own life, there's no way I could have kept this crap afloat. There's just no way. Um, and it's not only that; it's so expensive when it comes to the marketing side of it. I mean, if you get somebody that is interested in anything, it's $70, or more, just to go ahead and have somebody be able to even talk to them that are looking for potentially your services. So the marketing thing is very expensive, and when you don't necessarily have any revenue coming in, it's really trouble. It's a real problematic situation. I've been fortunate enough to kind of maintain some staff during all this, and make sure that they were paid, which was important to me. I kind of looked at it as you weathering the storm. So once you get through the other side, you'll come out better. We're obviously in the thick of it right now, so we'll see how that works. Um, but when all this was really shaken out, we started to have issues and owners are the same way. Owners, unfortunately, they go ahead and they fall on hard financial times, and when they do that, um, they don't have the money to maintain the properties either. We had issues with water main breaks and things of that nature, and it actually got to the point where we were paying the contractors while they were waiting for the insurance money to come in from State Farm or from an Allstate or whatever the case was, Farmers, and those claims took a long time to process. We were paying thousands of dollars to just to make sure that there weren't contractors liens thrown on people's homes. Um, Not because of the fact that they everybody falls on hard times, and unfortunately in business everybody feels like, if you've got a business, you're a multimillionaire, and that's just not the case. So we ended up, as bad as it is, we ended up becoming a bank, except for the fact that we couldn't charge loans or we couldn't go ahead and take credit history, right? Just so that way we ended up, staying out of a legal battle with a contractor. You know, this has been this has been an uphill struggle, um, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's one of those where the only reason why I'm even asking for anything from the Barstool Fund, which it's what Dave has put out there is pretty substantial for a lot of people, and it's greatly appreciated that he actually gives a rat's tail about any of us business owners. Um, is just so that way I can go ahead and focus some of the money that I pay for my fixed overhead to marketing, so I can spend more time on that, and hopefully I can, you know, get some more clients as we move through this. Hopefully, in the summer here, we can get some properties that are revenue generating, so we can go ahead and we can come out on the other side of this. I know that we can. I know that, from a standpoint and from a growth standpoint, sales wise, we were absolutely killing it. We've had a slower couple of months just because of the fact that, I mean, it's the holidays and people don't want to move and things of that nature. But this COVID stuff has really hit us hard, and we can't. It's just not fun. And I don't think that work is designed to be fun, but this is another level of stress and kind of what we do. A lot of this is service. It's a service based professional business. And it's really hard to. I think the ballet that you play in this is really hard because you end up finding yourself in this position of kind of not misery, but almost you're dejected, but then when you talk to people, you've got to maintain this position of happiness and go lucky and everything's perfect. So it's really been a big personal stress on me. um, but I know that at the end of the day, this is one of those things where once it's over with and I look back at it, it's going to be nothing. um, I can just say that, hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and it's something that, regardless of what happens to, me specifically, I can only speak for all those other people that you guys have helped. I know it's going to help them, and I appreciate what you guys are doing, and thank you very much.